Last section of chapter 1. Let's look at lines. 1.10 lines. Thank you for picking that problem, Nick. It was quite interesting. Okay, so when we talk about lines, let me review with you everything we really know about lines. Here is the slope given 2 points. Here is the point-slope form. Here is y-intercept form, slope-intercept form. So I'm waiting for you to tell me what to write. Parallel lines, perpendicular, and then I would like to talk about these. Okay, can anyone dictate the slope? Definition, assuming we have 2 points. We are given 2 points, we're asked to find the slope of the line passing through those 2 points. Excellent. Perfect. Indeed, rise over run, difference in y's over difference in x's. Good. Point slope form, let's start with the slope intercept form. Excellent. Perfect. Now the point slope form, please. Very good. Parallel lines. So are these 2 lines parallel? You can say approximately. Yes. What can I say about the slopes? They have to be the same. The slope of 2 lines, the 2 slopes of 2 lines which are parallel, the slopes have to be the same. Perfect. Perpendicular lines. What do we know about perpendicular lines? Yes, I was looking at time. Maybe I should have not stopped it. Okay, so here's what you just said. 1 divided by m2, which is perfect. What I like to do, I like to cross multiply and say, because it's more difficult to say, the slope of one line is the negative multiplicative inverse of the slope of the other line. But what I like to say is the product is -1. So if you cross multiply, that's what you get. It's the same thing. You get that m1 times m2 is -1. It doesn't matter how you want to memorize it. It's fine either way. Okay, what type of slope does this line have? Positive slope. Perfect. Excellent. We just talked about it in our charts. What kind of slope does this line have? Good. What is the slope of this line? Yes, you're right. It's 0, if that's what you meant. The slope of a horizontal line is 0. What about the slope of a vertical line? Excellent. The slope of a vertical line is undefined. It doesn't exist. We like that fancy word, but that's what it really means. It means, okay. So I think we have time to look at a problem. And allow me to remind you, I will be here on Wednesday from 4:30. Please bring all your questions, do all these problems that are in the syllabus, right? You know what to look for, right? So we can put chapter 1 behind us. Come back with any number of questions. And today I'm collecting the readiness quiz and your homework, right? Yes. Okay, and on Wednesday I have to collect the rest. Please, if you need an extension, I'll allow it, but you have to come and ask all questions on Wednesday. Nick? Of chapter 1, yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let's say 35. Many of the problems that are on the list of homework, we are doing them in class. I'm sure you've noticed. So we are asked to determine the equation of a line passing through this point and also perpendicular to the line 2x plus 5y plus 8 equals 0. So we're asked to find an equation of a line. So I'm just going to graph the scenario. I'm not really graphing any particular line. So I'm just saying this. We are asked to find the equation of this line. And we know two different things. Two pieces of information are given to us about this line. One is that it passes through -1, -2. Somewhere along the line, I find this point. Okay. The other piece of information is that the red line or orange line that I am looking for, I'm trying to find the equation for, is perpendicular to this line. Since this point is not 0, a number, I am thinking of the equation y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. I do have x1, y1, so -1, -2. But I am missing a very important piece. What piece am I missing here? Excellent. How do I get the slope of the green line first? Excellent. Very good. 5y equals -2x minus 8. So then y equals -2/5 x minus 8/5. Can anyone, I'm going to call this M2. Can anyone give us M2? -2/5. I completely agree. M2 is indeed -2/5. Perfect. Now, I need to determine the slope of the orange line. Yes, indeed. How do I know that M1 equals 5/2? Because their product has to be -1. 5/2 times 2/5 is 1 times -1 is -1. Any questions on this problem?
Is that because they're perpendicular?
Yes.
Their mirror images?
Yes. No, the relationship is this one between the slopes. Product is -1. So if one line has the slope -2/5, the other one must have 5/2, so that the product is -1. Perfect. So now I take all this, put it in. Y plus 2 equals 5/2 x plus 1. I have to distribute 5/2. 5/2 x plus 5/2 and minus 2. Have to move 2 to the other side, changing its sign. Yes, 5/2 minus 4/2 will be yes. So 5/2 x plus 1/2. This is the equation of the orange line. And again, we have two pieces of information about it. One is that it passes through the point -1, -2. And the second one is that it's perpendicular to a given line. Let's start one of those problems. We have 6 minutes left, 5.5, I guess. And let's start by, this is going to help you. But again, it's not one problem that will build our confidence. It's many. Okay, crickets and temperature. I promise to stop when time is up. Biologists have observed that the chirping rate of crickets at a certain species is related to temperature. So, chirps, temperature. So I have two variables. Okay. And the relationship appears to be very nearly linear. A cricket produces 120 per minute, measurement unit, at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and 168 per minute at 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Find the linear equation that relates the temperature and the number of chirps per minute. So they give us n, lowercase n, and lowercase t. have to establish which is the dependent variable and which is the independent variable. Because the ordered pairs have to be in a particular order. So what is this and what is this? This is, of course, temperature doesn't depend on how many times we chirp, right? Temperature is temperature, like time, right? And this is? Very good. So then I know how to present the ordered pairs. This is crucial. So 120 and 7, oops, see? They specifically gave us this. So 70 and 120. And what is the other one? Exactly. That's exactly why they put in the problem the chirps, number of chirps first. Good. So then what do I continue? What do I have to determine next? Exactly. 168 minus 120 over 80 minus 70. So I get, is it 48? And is it divided by 10? So roughly 4.8, I shouldn't say roughly, it's 4.8. Without measurement unit, I cannot give full credit. It's a ratio. Because it's a ratio, if I tell you I'm going to drive to New York and I'm driving at 60, what am I saying to you? It's a rate of change. So it has a measurement unit coming from the top over a measurement unit coming from the bottom. So I'm telling you I'm driving at 60 what? Miles per hour. So now this is a ratio. It's a measurement. The measurement unit has to have the measurement unit for the top over the measurement unit for the bottom.
Per degree.
Yes, indeed. Very good. Okay. Then find the linear equation. So I have the slope. I still have 3 minutes. I found the slope. And now what? None of these is 0 comma a number. So I cannot use y equals mx plus b. I could, but in a roundabout way, and I don't recommend it. Yes, so y minus y1 equals the slope times x minus x1. Yes, they want us to use n and t. I will change them into n and t in a minute. So let's say I'm using the first one with 70 and 120 and 4.8. So y minus 120, 4.8, x minus 70. So 4.8x minus, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that correct?
It's 330. Oh, yeah, it's 330.
Oh, what did I do here? 28. 3, oh, 320. I'm multiplying 4.8 times 7 actually. 336, thank you, yes. Okay, so then I have 4.8x minus, and this is 116. Correct? Am I correct? So we determined in part A, we determined the linear equation. If the crickets are chirping at 150 chirps per minute, so this is chirps per minute per degree. Don't forget, sorry. The top measurement unit is chirps per minute per degree Fahrenheit. Careful. I forgot it was chirps per minute. So if they chirp at 150 per minute, so this is 150, 4.8x minus 116. And they're asking us, since I do have a few seconds left, so let's finish it up. So please correct the measurement unit is chirps per minute per degree. Okay, so I'm adding 116, so I get 266 equals 4.8x. Correct me if I'm wrong, 266, yes. So x 266 divided by 4.8. So what is the temperature? How much? 55.4 degrees